Sup, do you like things? Any kind of things, really? I'm sure you do, and I bet you like to do things a lot. But sometimes the big brain upstairs likes to stop you like, whoa, 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 tough guy, what do you think you're doing? And then you probably spend the day doing something else, even though you came up with this big old laundry list of things you just knew you wanted to accomplish. Psst! Don't worry, big guy. Happens to a lot of us as well. A lot, actually. It's most likely why it's taken me absolutely forever to finally start this whole YouTube thing up, after all. See, point is, you're not alone, and you've probably got a lot of reasons why you're going through these issues, from adversity to lack of resources to just plain old human procrastination. And that's completely acceptable, Chief. But as the saying goes, procrastination only makes your life harder in the end, or some hubbub, who really cares? I think for me, there are two banes to my own ability to achieve things I want in life, both of which the more I accept and try to look over, the more I seem to personally be succeeding in managing them with. But the first and most major bane being that of anxiety. We know them, we love them. Anxieties rake a shocking amount of people. These anxieties range over a wide variety of objects or situations, but I'm willing to bet if as many cases are as much on the table as my own, not even qualifying my own anxieties as legitimate crippling fears, as is the case for some unfortunate victims of anxiety, that there are more than a fair amount of them who wallow in their own fears of what others will think, even more so if that what they present will be unfounded or perpetuating to a medium that they themselves despise. Beyond this, there's a bit of an existential idea nowadays that everything we do, even widely what we do for fun, has to be perpetuated by the need to monetize. We be good at video games? Boom, monetize it. Want to make YouTube videos because you're a stay-at-home parent with nothing better to do than to rot as aligned away with either education or a compilation of memes? Well, the kiddo's asleep? Monetize it, baby. There's a lot of these things, especially the last three, that have a personal value to me, as I can't help but shoebox almost any topic I'd think about creating in favor of something else I'll later shoebox again for the same fact. Well, what if people don't care about it? Sometimes that mystery tends to be the panic-inducing jump, but, my friend, sometimes we just have to take that leap of faith. What is anxiety? Well, there are two types of anxieties as far as what people deal with. The normal emotion of anxiety, which I'm referring to and dealing with currently, and then the clinical kind, which I am not a doctor, so I really don't want to make undereducated statements about it due to the fact, well, I'm a cartoon skull and not a medical professional. From tension in thought to a pounding heart to general discomfort on the idea, yeah, that's the emotion. We feel it when we stand on stage in front of cameras in busy places and when we're recording YouTube videos in our kitchen. Yeah, I'm sure you know what the hell it is. To paraphrase Mayo Clinic, the disorder of anxiety can be described as extreme phobias of situations, while sometimes can be ordinary stress, i.e. being on a roller coaster, is more ordinarily in situations, i.e. social interactions. For people who suffer with the disorder of anxiety, of which 31% of the United States population alone are reported to be suffering with by the National Institute of Mental Health, life can be crippling, trapped in their own personal hell of self-doubt and fear, something I myself couldn't wish upon my worst enemies, let alone the victims who suffer it each and every day, and for that I truly sympathize with them. While writing this script, I watched a TED Talk by Olivia Remes, which brought up the greatest point I think I could relate from the topic of anxiety. We aren't kind to ourselves. We beat ourselves back as though we are our own enemy, waiting for the perfect time to do what we want because we have to have all the right weather conditions, when in reality sometimes we just have to take that leap of faith. She mentioned that something that helps is releasing work that there is to help future generations, and I feel like even down to the scale of our hobbies, and what we want to accomplish, in some way each of us as a human being strive to do that, so why not liberate yourself with that level of importance in your own work? That novel you're writing, it's for the next generation to enjoy. That job you want, remember, it's what you'll do in it that'll help your children live a better life. And even if that seems minuscule, think of all the artists in history who have died unheard of, only to achieve greatness with their work after they left behind. It's important to say what you have to say. It's important to walk each day as proud as you can. And it's okay sometimes to slip up. Easy to say, I know, but I hope you understand and this doesn't sound too, edgy. The hurdle anxiety creates is one we overcome by just doing it sometimes, and understanding that we do fail. The things we make are bad, but they're often not as bad as we initially think it would. I don't think there's anyone alive who has ever released a first-time product which was the pinnacle of their own work. However, as I've fallen into the trap of, if we don't start it, we'll never reach that paragon of what we wish to see. I could name more than one hobby I've let myself down on because of that, be it writing, like rap, or writing books, and just losing interest in 80 pages into, mostly because of the anxiety that surmounts, building up and then we destroy it before we let anyone else have a chance to enjoy it, and that's the worst case scenario. So please, friends, don't worry about the crash and burn, just worry about the anxiety as a means of alertness, and maybe you can turn that rough landing into a human experience we call learning. I'm not going to pretend that I have all the answers on this topic, and what I'm saying is really a lot of surface-level jargon. That being said, I hope it's all a good starting off point for your knowledge on the topic itself. What's important, though, is how do we overcome it, as simply doing it doesn't work for everyone, and I really don't mean to sound like a pretentious mackerel for saying that. I also don't want to pad this video out to like 15 minutes by including every tip and trick professionals suggest, but I will include links down in the description to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, as well as the TED Talk with a gentleman named Tim Box, both of which have some wonderful tips and tricks to get yourself out of the slump with related work anxieties. Well, damn, that turned out to be a lot longer on one point than I actually thought it was going to be. And for that, I'm really not going to apologize, because anxiety really does deserve its own video, and maybe I'll not procrastinate and make another video? Well, thanks for watching. I'm not going to do the normal YouTuber jingles, but if you like my work, I do hope you'll do the same thing, and I hope to improve and do better next time.